Cuisine of God. Go-Jae said, "Hey, Jo Sung-joon, you got dirt on me. How are you going to take responsibility?" Jo Sung-joon said, "Sorry, I will take care of it somehow." Go-Jae tapped Jo Sung-joon's head and said, "Sorry? Then why did you do it in the first place?" Park Ji-woo said, "You were the one who bumped into him first." Go-Jae said, "But who the heck do you think you are talking back?" Jo Sung-joon said, "Ji-woo, stop it. I will take full responsibility and get it cleaned." And he bowed down. An ugly boy said, "Clean it? Are you saying you will take off your clothes right now?" "This jerk is really ticking us off." His uglier friend said, "What? You really wanted to see me naked that badly? Ha ha, psycho." The ugly friend said, "Just get lost," and slapped Jo Sung-joon's head. Park Ji-woo said, "No, do not hit him." Go-Jae whispered to Jo Sung-joon, "Hey, Jo Sung-joon, you totally lost your mind, huh? Time for a little training soon." Park Ji-woo said, "What? Why are you picking on him? He did not do anything wrong." Go-Jae said, "Are you Park Ji-woo? Feels good? How is it being an official employee now? Happy? Judging from the way you talk, you will be fun to mess with. Life in Taemyeok's kitchen is about to get real interesting for you." As they walked away, the ugly friend said, "Why are we not crushing that rude guy already?" Go-Jae said, "Chill, it is his first day. Take it slow. Approximately what is the rush? He will go through it all eventually." Park Ji-woo said, "Wait, you okay? What the heck is going on?" Jo Sung-joon said, "That is Go-Jae, our restaurant's mid-level chef. He is super violent, so do not get involved with him. Be careful not to get on their bad side. Just stay quiet." The next morning, Jo Sung-joon said, "I told you to wake up early. Hey, run. Ugh, we are both late because of you." Park Ji-woo said, "Slow down. I am hungry. Give me food." Jo Sung-joon said, "We are running late and you are talking about food." Park Ji-woo said, "You need to eat to have energy. Did you eat breakfast?" Jo Sung-joon said, "Of course. I woke up early and ate." Park Ji-woo said, "What, you already ate?" Super disappointing. Jo Sung-joon said, "Is that important now? We are super late for morning training." Park Ji-woo said, "But I am so hungry. What kind of food do you like? Maybe if we imagine eating, we will not feel as hungry." Jo Sung-joon said, "Seriously, save the nonsense for when we get to the training room." Park Ji-woo said, "Approximately. But what is your favorite food, really? You are not going to tell me? Now I am even more curious because you are keeping it secret." Jo Sung-joon said, "I like japchae. Happy now?" Park Ji-woo said, "Huh? But there are different kinds of japchae. Which one?" Jo Sung-joon said, Seriously, the one my mom makes." Park Ji-woo said, "Oh, that japchae? I would not know. I do not have a mom." Jo Sung-joon said, "What? What did you say?" Suddenly the sexy red-haired teacher said, "Hey, you latecomers seem to be taking it easy." Jo Sung-joon said to himself, "Teacher?" Park Ji-woo and Jo Sung-joon bowed down and said, "I am sorry." As Park Ji-woo looked at her chest, he said to himself, "Oh, is this the training hall? The facility is nice. I am finally going to get some proper training here." As he walked inside, Hyun grabbed him and said, "Where do you think you are going?" Park Ji-woo said, "Whoa. Newbies need to learn how to clean first." Park Ji-woo said, "What? Really?" A few moments later, outside, Park Ji-woo threw the trash and said, "Phew, that was the last one. They really made me clean all day." As he dusted off his hands, suddenly Mother Jo arrived and said, Excuse me." Park Ji-woo, confused, looked back and said, Who are you?" "I am sorry, but we are closed for the day." Mother Jo said, "Oh no, it is not that. I am Sung-joon's mother." Park Ji-woo bowed down and said, "You are Sung-joon's mom? I am his colleague, Park Ji-woo." Mother Jo said, "Oh my, nice to meet you. I am sorry, but could you please give this to Sung-joon? I usually do not like visiting his workplace, but it is his birthday today." Park Ji-woo took the lunchboxes and said, "Oh really? I will call Sung-joon for you." Mother Jo said, "Oh no, it is okay. I have got work, so I need to go. I packed a lot of food. Please share it with Sung-joon." Park Ji-woo said, "Thank you so much. But are you really leaving just like that? You should at least see his face before going." Mother Jo said, "It is fine. I do not want to bother him. I hope I did not take up too much of your time. Please go inside quickly." As she left, Park Ji-woo said, "No, not at all. Take care on your way home." Mother Jo looked around and said, "My Sung-joon must be around here somewhere." Then she turned to Park Ji-woo and said, "You are busy. Go on inside." As she walked alone, she glanced back at him and said, Hurry on in." Park Ji-woo silently watched Mother Jo walking away and said to himself, "It is warm." A few moments later, Park Ji-woo said, "They said Sung-joon would be here in the evening, But what is with the chicken farm at this hour? He opened the door and said, Jo Sung-joon, your mom came and left you a lunchbox for your birthday. Suddenly he was shocked. Go Gi-jae and his friends were bullying Jo Sung-joon. Jo Sung-joon looked back and said, what, my mom was here? Park Ji-woo froze as Go Gi-jae said, what is this, a lunchbox? Who said you could bring outside food? Darn, look at the size of that lunchbox. Is it a feast or something? Ha. He snatched it from Park Ji-woo, opened it and said, this was made by Jo Sung-joon's mom? Whoa, it looks good. He took a bite, then suddenly, spit. He spat it on the ground. Go Gi-jae said, frick, this tastes like crud. He threw the lunchbox in front of Jo Sung-joon. Go Gi-jae sneered, that rascal Jo Sung-joon. I wondered why he lost the match. He grabbed another lunchbox and dumped it over Jo Sung-joon's head. Turns out, he inherited his mom's crappy cooking skills. Must have been born with bad cook genes. He hurled the box at him again. Go Gi-jae said, hey, tell your mom to join Taemyeok too. I will make her work her backside off under me. His ugly friend laughed. Ha, what a nutcase. But Park Ji-woo bent down, picked up some food off the floor, and took a bite. Go Gi-jae's ugly friend said, that crazy fellow is eating it? His uglier friend said, he is a total loon, huh? Go Gi-jae said, ew, there is probably animal feed in there, and he is gobbling it down. As Jo Sung-joon stared at him, Park Ji-woo said, it is a different flavor from the Taemyeok japchae, less vegetables, the noodles are more seasoned, and it is full of beef. You can tell they did not skimp on ingredients. Sung-joon, this japchae is really good. Jo Sung-joon said, of course it is. No way my mom's japchae tastes bad. Go Gi-jae kicked Jo Sung-joon in the face. Go Gi-jae said, shut the heck up, you rascal. Are you saying my taste buds are wrong? He grabbed Park Ji-woo by the collar. You little punk, do you not see anyone above you? You think seniors are a joke? He shoved him aside. Frick this. You two are hopeless in this industry. You need to learn what it means to obey your seniors. He yanked Jo Sung-joon by the hair. Go Gi-jae said, hey, Park Ji-woo, hit this rascal. Not hitting him? If you do not, you get hit. Want to get beaten and banned from the industry? Think I will not do it? Park Ji-woo stood silent. Hurry up, hit him or not? Not hitting him? You really want to get kicked out? Huh? Park Ji-woo raised his fist and said, I am sorry, Sung-joon. He pulled back with all his strength. Jo Sung-joon shut his eyes tight, but Park Ji-woo swung and landed a haymaker on Go Gi-jae instead. Park Ji-woo said, I helped too late, so I will not stay quiet anymore. Go Gi-jae's friends were shocked. G-G-J! Park Ji-woo stood firm, savoring the moment. Jo Sung-joon shouted, you crazy rascal. You actually hit him? Go Gi-jae roared, freaking heck, how dare you? You hit me? Suddenly, a flashlight beam cut across the room. A man's voice shouted, what in the world are you all gathered here for? The old janitor entered and barked, you cannot just come in here without permission. You did not touch anything, did you? He looked around and gasped. Huh? Oh my goodness. Did a bunch of you beat up a kid? Go Gi-jae snapped, ha, frick, Ajushi, just go away. The old man wiped his sweat. Go Gi-jae snarled, no. Freaking heck, are your ears plugged? As a janitor, do not butt in and just go on your way. Then another voice cut in, Nam Sung-hyun. But you should not use violence. Go Gi-jae turned pale. What? Violence? Nam Sung-hyun stepped closer and sighed. Aish, who is it this time? Go Gi-jae stuttered. See, Chef Nam Sung-hyun. Nam Sung-hyun said, I am sorry. I apologize for causing trouble. Taemyeok said, go on ahead. I will clean up and follow. Nam Sung-hyun said, no, it is all right. When else would I get to see such an interesting situation? Explain what is going on. Go Gi-jae said, well, Sung-joon fell while moving things, and that rascal Park Ji-woo just rushed at me for no reason. Well, Park Ji-woo said, ha, fell my backside. He was just beating up Sung-joon for no reason, so I simply paid him back. Nam Sung-hyun said, stop it. Anyone who tries to solve problems with violence for any reason does not deserve to be a Taemyeok. Taemyeok placed his hand on Nam Sung-hyun's shoulder and said, please calm down, chefs. Isn't this something that can happen when you're training juniors? It's a common thing when you live together. Nam Sung-hyun said, it's a family matter, so we'll take care of it ourselves. Judging by this, Go Gi-jae, you were bullying Jo Sung-joon under the guise of training juniors, and Park Ji-woo punched a senior on his first day at Taemyeok. Since fists were used, it must be settled properly. The day after tomorrow, a cooking competition will be held, and the loser will take responsibility and leave Taemyeok. Go Gi-jae said, a competition against a complete newbie who just came in? He stammered, no way. Chef Sung Hyun, please reconsider. Nam Sung Hyun looked at him with killing intent and said, what? Go Gijaya looked away, sweating, and said, nothing. Nam Sung Hyun continued, the competition topic will be, all right, seaweed soup suitable for a birthday. As he turned around, he said, for the one who survives, that day will be their true birthday, the day they came back from the dead. At the intermediate chef's kitchen, Go Gijaya showed off his ladle skills. His soup glittered with too much MSG. His ugly friend said, aren't you being too serious against a newbie? Go Gijaya said, I have to thoroughly trample him and kick him out. Don't you think so? Jo Sung Joon. Hey, you and me, we've both had a really tough time yesterday and today, right? If you just do one thing I tell you properly, then I won't bother you anymore. Jo Sung Joon sweated and said, what? Not bother. Go Gijaya said, change Park Ji-woo's ingredients for tomorrow's competition to spoiled ones. His ugly friend said, is that really necessary? His other friend said, you're going to win anyway, right? Go Gijaya said, I just like things to be certain. I'm giving you a chance. Think carefully. His friend said, oh, sweet Go Gijaya. His other friend said, that offer is sweet. Jo Sung Joon said to himself, instead of bothering me anymore, he wants me to make Park Ji-woo lose? When at the general chef's kitchen, Park Ji-woo played with the seaweed and said, wow, the seaweed is multiplying. Jo Sung Joon thought to himself, he's going to lose even if I just leave it like this. Park Ji-woo said, I didn't know seaweed could swell up this much. Grim Reaper, on his laptop, said, does the recipe for seaweed soup even show up too? Park Ji-woo said, how can he win if he doesn't even know how to make seaweed soup? Jo Sung Joon thought, is he out of his mind because he absolutely can't win? Grim Reaper said, it would be faster to just give up. Jo Sung Joon thought to himself, those are the ingredients for tomorrow. If I change those to spoiled ones. Park Ji-woo said, Grim Reaper, I'm going to die like this. Isn't there any clever way? Jo Sung Joon said, what are you doing by yourself? Park Ji-woo looked at Jo Sung Joon and said, huh? When did you get here? Jo Sung Joon scratched his head and said, Hey, Park Ji-woo, I'm sorry. It's all my fault things have come to this. Park Ji-woo said, sorry? That's not going to cut it, is it? If you're sorry, at least tell me how to make seaweed soup. Your mom's seaweed soup looked delicious. Jo Sung Joon was shocked and said, but will our mom's seaweed soup be okay? Park Ji-woo said, maybe not. I was going to try to follow it. Jo Sung Joon said, that Go Gijaya guy, among the intermediate chefs, he's known to be at the top in terms of cooking skills. It'll be hard to win. Park Ji-woo said, with that physique and even cooking skills, doesn't he have any weaknesses? Jo Sung Joon said, weakness. Come to think of it, I saw Go Gijaya get upset exactly once. Park Ji-woo said, what, really? Jo Sung Joon thought, when was it again? He remembered Go Gijaya grabbing a student and shouting, what? Jo Sung Joon explained, GJ once got into a fight, grabbing people by the collar in the kitchen after hearing someone say that none of the elders' words were wrong. He seemed to have gotten really upset and fought. Looking at it, it seems Go Gijaya had some opposition at home to becoming a chef. Park Ji-woo said, he fought, grabbing people by the collar? Investigation? What for? Grim Reaper pretended to type, but was just watching YouTube. Suddenly, Grim Reaper projected his laptop and said, Go Gijaya's family tree. Park Ji-woo said, that's... Park Ji-woo looked at Go Gijaya's family tree. He smirked. The next day, at the competition venue, Jo Sung Joon said, can you really beat Go Gijaya? Park Ji-woo said, don't worry. As Park Ji-woo looked at the venue where Go Gijaya was already prepared, he said, I think I found it. Go Gijaya, the way to win. Park Ji-woo walked confidently into the venue. Behind him stood Go Gijaya's grandfather, Go Tae-sung. Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.